Good day to you. Today we are talking about suet. What is suet? Suet is the rendered down kidney fat from a cow or sheep, and this is not the same as regular animal fat like the kind you would see on your steak. This is very hard, and at room temperature, it's a solid. I was able to get this from my local butcher, and I specifically asked for kidney fat. You want it to be fresh, and you can tell by it being a bright white color. So what we need to do here is to render this down into a liquid, and rendering is the process where we're going to take this fat and meld it to evaporate all the moisture out and make it shelf stable. So first we're going to cut it up into chunks. I'm adding it here to my iron pot, but you can also very easily do this in your modern kitchen with a crock pot or a slow cooker. Just chunk it up, throw it in there on low heat, and let it go for 8 to 10 hours. But if you're cooking it over a fire or stove, again, keep it low and just watch it, but it does have to cook for quite some time to render out all that moisture. So now you see this has been cooking nice and low for about 10 to 12 hours because I had quite a bit in there, and you can see all the connective tissue and the vasculature that was in the fat has now cooked up into these crunchy bits called graves. They used this as fish bait in the 18th century because we waste nothing. But now we want to strain our suet to remove any of these bits that could cause it to spoil, and I'm using my stoneware colander lined with a flour sack towel. You could use cheesecloth too, but I like this better. So using my little wooden bowl here to scoop it out, you can see it is extremely hot. Be extra careful to go ahead and strain it in my colander and then into the flour sack towel to get all of those bits out because we just want the pure fat left over so it'll be stable. So what did he do with suet in the 18th century? So used as an ingredient in cooking, things like pie crusts and puddings, used to deep fry and broil foods, but had a lot of non-food purposes like sealing jars, leather treatments, rust inhibitors, medicines, ointments, soap, so many things. But be extra careful. As I mentioned, this is smoking hot. So now that it's strained, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into a shallow dish, and then we're going to leave it to harden up again. And you will see here when we do this. So pour it in. It'll harden up, and guys, if you keep this in a nice, cool, dry place, it is shelf stable for up to a year at least, probably honestly longer. But it can be used for making candles, soap, ointments, cooking, so many uses, it's unbelievable, and we're going to explore some of those in our next videos. But I'm going to show you some that I made myself here a couple months ago. You're going to see it looks like a bar of soap. It just feels greasy, has a little bit of a, beefy smell to it, I guess. But there you go. There's suet. So get you some kidney fat and try making it at home. Please follow for more.